Josh Hart was like visibly upset about the fact that people were like cutting them slack for being young. At the time, they were like the worst team in the league. This was early in the season. And they had been talking about how, a lot of these players are young on their team. They have a very young core. Zion is still out. They have a very young core. And a lot of the reporters were attributing their losses to kind of that aspect. Oh, they're young. They still need to develop. They're not there yet. So my question to him was, Josh, you mentioned the youth of the team tonight. Nikhil led everybody in scoring. Is there any upside to the youth of the team? And if so, what would be that upside, that positive takeaway of the youth of the team? We've been talking about youth this whole time. Is there any upside to the youth? Is there any good aspects that you can take away from the youth that can maybe, show a silver lining in this situation? And he got pissed and he was like, oh, yeah, being young.
I don't really care about the youth of the team. We gotta grow up. Being young, the inexperience, like it's, I don't really care for that right now. We got to focus on growing up. We got to focus on getting better, having a better attention to detail.
And I was like, okay, all right, we're just cursing on live TV. And the craziest part of the story is that I was the very last question in that press conference. Mm-hmm. So they were like, he gave me his answer. He ranted for like 2 minutes. And then I was like, all right, we got some good material here. And then, but he was pissed. Like he was visibly pissed. Mm-hmm. And then they end the Zoom meeting. They're like, all right, thank you everybody. That will conclude, tonight's interviews. And they end the Zoom meeting. I close my computer and I start to put my stuff away. And mind you, all these interviews end really late at night. So by then, most of the exits in the arena are closed and like they're totally closed off. So the only way to leave is through the media room. And that requires me to go down to the court and like into the kind of where the locker room is and walk out. As I'm walking down, guess who's coming up the stairs? And we just like make straight eye contact. It was Josh Hart. and I like didn't know how to act. So I was like, have a good night. And he goes, mm-hmm. And we just like walk past each other. And it's the prime example of, what this whole reporting thing is. A lot of reporters go in there trying to piss them off just to get a headline. Yeah. And I've always said this, and I know I've said this before here, that is the entire opposite of what I'm trying to do. I want to make them feel comfortable, which if you really see the essence behind my question, I was trying to find something positive, find a silver lining in the situation. But he was just really mad at the time, and the question just didn't land well. But it's just the perfect example of what my job is there. And sometimes the question might come across the wrong way, but at the end of the day, it's all good. Like, I'm not gonna run into him and be like, hey, yo, what the hell was that about? Like, why are you giving me this reaction? Like, I was trying to be cool. No, like, I was just like, all right, have a nice day. It's at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be your enemy, even though a lot of reporters out there, that's what they're after. I don't ever want to be called a snake or like have a player see me as an enemy. That is the entire opposite of what I want to do. So I just thought like that was the perfect situation where I kind of clear the air and I'm like, I'm not your enemy. I don't want you to think I'm your enemy.
Yeah.
But, and then when we posted the interview with Josh Hart, we also wrote in the caption, like, keep your head up, we're here supporting you, Yeah. There's no hard feelings here. But yeah, that was probably the craziest one so far this season, because it was the question was crazy, the answer was crazy, the environment was crazy, and then running into him like directly after the question, that was wild.
We've all been playing basketball for, more than half of our lives. We know how to play basketball. We got to go out there, execute, have attention to detail, have discipline, and that's what it is. And like I said, I don't really care for young or potential. We got to focus on, right now. Right now we're 2-14. We're at the bottom of the league, and at some point something has to click in terms of playing desperate, playing scrappy, and we got to throw the excuse of being young and youth. We got to throw that away.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Good.
Thanks for watching Banter Broadcast on YouTube. For more videos, shorts, and clips from our podcast, subscribe to the Banter Broadcast.